So this is more of an impromptu thing. I did not expect to be making a video about this. I had other plans. I'm going to talk about the new trailer for GTA 6. It got leaked and they had to release it earlier than they had planned. And it's about what I expected. I'm just gonna be honest first. I haven't been interested in GTA in quite a while. Really, San Andreas was the last one that really, caught my attention. And 5 was pretty okay, but I don't know, there was something, there was still that vibe, but there was something that didn't catch me quite as hard as San Andreas did. But I was still, satisfied with GTA 5. Now, however, the big question is, is this going to be woke? Is this going to be GTA? Or is this going to be super censored? And is this going to be garbage? While knowing how Rockstar has been doing in the past couple of years, that wasn't much of a question. Given that it's a Western studio, probably backed by ESG, it's a given that it was going to be, on that side of the aisle. But now we actually have the trailer to confirm. And first off, I can say, wow, they really went for the speedrun record of showing me a brown woman. I actually went back to the other trailers to see what they look like and how fast the character reveal was. Usually, they take a lot more time with establishing shots before showing the characters, and there are moments like with the GTA 5 trailer where they reveal the character. One of the GTA 5 trailers reveals the characters pretty quickly, but even in the case of that second trailer for GTA 5, you still cut between the different protagonists. I'm supposed to believe that it's the story of her and her boyfriend, but looking at the trailer, I really believe that it's her and her alone. You have to understand the pattern recognition and the context. I know there's a lot of dishonest people out there that don't want to recognize context. If a Japanese company made a trailer of a game and the female protagonist showed up pretty quickly on screen, I wouldn't mind, because I know that they don't really have a habit of trying to cater to the ESG. They're not trying to get, bonus points for catering to minorities or any dishonest movement like that. But if it's a Western company that has already shown traces of things like that, then I'm gonna be on my guard. So now we have the combo of it's Western, it's a company that's been inching its way towards such trends, and on top of that, they speedrun their way into showing me a brown woman. I have no trust in this product. They really push that female narrative in the trailer. You'll also notice that there's a lot of black people in the trailer. And again, someone dishonest might say, yeah, but you're racist. It's in Miami. There's a lot of black people in Miami. In past GTA games, even San Andreas didn't have that many fucking black people in its own game. Again, it's the pattern recognition and the context. San Andreas had a lot of black people, but it also had, a couple of white NPCs and Latinos. It wasn't just black people. But now, knowing the trends that we have, you do a trailer where, this looks like a mix of Miami and Los Angeles, whatever. But even then, you could have shown me some Latinos, you could have shown me some whites. But it really looks like they went out of their way to show you specifically a lot of black people. I really don't believe that the guy in the trailer that's supposed to be one of the protagonists is going to have any play at all. You'll notice, again, context, pattern recognition. in the trailer, she's the most prominently featured. And even then, even when you see him, most of the time he's behind her or not talking or being the support character. Even when they try to rob a place, she's the one who's in front, pushing open the doors. Honestly, a lot of this doesn't make sense. It just looks like they're giving her the masculine role. My issue with this is that this is something I didn't mention in my videos or not even my streams, but fiction is used for escapism. You want to move away from, the boredom of life, so you try to put your mind into another context, into another world. But even within the context of fiction, there's what we call suspension of disbelief. Even within fiction, there's laws and there's rules. And even within fiction, you understand that generally women play a certain role. Yes, some women do well into sport, they're tomboys. God knows we like tomboys here. But that's the exception and not the rule. And so when you show me a game about crime, well, I don't really believe into having a woman being at the front, being the leader and doing all the shit. Not that women don't do crimes, but usually, and I'm gonna go into statistics, and not favorable ones for me, men usually are the perpetrators of physically violent crimes because men have the physical capacity to hurt. So what they're gonna do when they're pissed off is that they're going to punch shit, kick shit, shoot shit. It could make for an interesting story to show how crime manifests itself through a woman. Maybe she would, for example, push other girls into prostitution. Do you remember that star from Smallville? The one who played Chloe, if I remember well? Yeah, it's Chloe. Well, guess what? She would lure other women into being sex slaves. Because when you see a man, you think, well, he's probably a predator. But when you see a woman, if a girl sees another girl, she thinks that, oh, well, there's another woman there, and she's like me, she's more physically vulnerable, so it must be safe. But turns out she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and she uses that knowledge of how you function to abuse you. So maybe you could have a game about a woman pushing other women into prostitution. Or you could have a game about, I don't know, maybe a GTA game about smuggling coke through the border and knowing that, well, I'm a woman, they're gonna think that, I'm inoffensive, so they're not gonna perform a cavity search on me. That would have been interesting to see crime applied through the female lens, but that would actually be interesting, and that would be admitting that men and women are not exactly the same. Even outside of all of this, I'm not particularly interested in GTA 6 because honestly 2025, I mean, I'll criticize companies that don't advertise their products properly, but 2025 is pretty far away. Even though we're in late 2023, I mean, you've given me a trailer for a thing that won't come out until maybe mid 2025. This is too early. This is something that should have been announced, mid to late 2024. This is way too early. We have a trailer right now, but they're probably not gonna show anything until probably next summer. Of game companies announcing their games way too early. I think the only company that's really still good with that is Nintendo. They announce their game and it comes out 1 month to 6 months later. It's announced. It's announced and released. It's announced and released within the same year. Contrarily to most AAA game companies just announce things 1 or 2 years too early. Personally, I think that the game will actually probably be good. It's going to be decent. It's definitely going to be above average. It's something you're going to play and legitimately have fun with. And there's also going to be a lot of just propaganda, especially in the side missions. I don't think they're going to go too deep in with GTA. Not quite. Maybe GTA 7 will be a true dumpster fire, but I don't think they're going to go that far with GTA 6. I think it's going to be a lot of low jabs and just a weird undercurrent within the game. You're probably going to have maybe 1 or 2 side mission, like that Spider-Man side mission with the gay homecoming, and the game is going to be pretty fun. And anyone who mentions that, hey, this is weird, this is some ESG nonsense, will probably get called a misogynist or racist or whatever, a histophobe. And then, the gaming industry will get progressively worse every year until there's a reset of entertainment. And what's the worst is that when everything is going to crash and everything will reset and the pendulum is going to swing back, people will talk about this. And when I say people, I mean the majority of the average crowd who didn't say anything, or was being dishonest, said that you were a conspiracy theorist or you're just being paranoid. Most of these people will turn around and talk like they were always expert. They're going to say, yeah, of course, we knew that. Like, they're going to talk about it like it was always a well-known fact, a certitude that we were being subverted, and there was an era where every media was politically leaning too far in one way. So the conflict that we have right now is going to come to an end, but not before a lot more trial and tribulations.